find her a space. Get in a nice, comfortable seat if you know how. If you can, cross your legs like this. Because I've been working out so hard, I'm going to use my yoga block today. And I'm also going to be introducing another tool for stretching and for releasing that tension in your muscles. Sit down. Stay. Here's my yoga block. I'm going to sit on that. Oh, yes. And then I can sit up straight and not worry too much about my posture. And let's just focus a few deep breaths. With each deep breath, I want you to soften your gaze, although your eyes are closed. And I also want you to relax your shoulders back down on the exhale. So inhale for 6 seconds and then hold it for 2 seconds. And then see if you can release for 8 seconds. Okay, let's do that for the next 3 breaths. Inhale. Good. Relax those shoulders. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Good. I want you to now just return to your normal breaths. Okay, so this is just a moment of mindfulness meditation. As you listen to my voice, I want you to just continue to breathe in and out and see if you can observe your breath in the moment. Make sure you're inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And with each breath, relax your shoulders and relax your mind. Try and relax your gaze. On the next big inhale, I want you to take 5 deep cleansing breaths and exhale fast and loud. Let's release some energy, okay? Let's see if you can do that on your next big inhale. So take a deep breath in and let it out. Let it all out. Good. Now return to your normal breathing pattern. You may observe that you might have felt a little sting as you breathing in and exhaling out is a form of restoration. Cellular restoration. Yes, it is. How? Well, our cells inside of our bodies use oxygen, right? That is a known fact. We need oxygen in our red blood cells in order for them to function. And usually, 100% of the time, lack of oxygen results in cellular death. And if you think about that on a very mass scale, inside of our bodies, if you lack oxygen, what happens? You essentially die, right? So if you want to take another approach and you think about it this way, people who are on dialysis, what they have to go through is a process in which the blood is being filtered out of their body, reoxygenated, and then being put back into their body. If you didn't know that, that's the truth. And the reason why that is so important is because there's so many toxins in our blood just already. There's so many toxins that reside in our bodies, and as we take in so many things from our diet, especially, it's important that we expel as many oxygens. It is important that we expel as many toxins as we possibly can in our bodies. Okay, and the easiest way to do that is to breathe. To just simply breathe. Really, really, really think about what I'm saying to you guys. And if we can just slow down for just a few moments of each day, it helps us to be mindful and to really, really, really think about these things. You can relieve headaches, you can relieve hypertension, you can relieve anxiety, and you can relieve depression just through the acts of various breathing techniques and a host of other dis-eases in the body. Dis-ease can be comforted. It can be restored. And so I like breathing because it's simple, it's easy, and all it takes is sometimes a few moments of your day. So I wanted to give you guys that fun fact and let you know how essential your breathing is to your vitality. Okay, so let's return to our breathing once again. And this time, when you breathe in and out, I want you to breathe into those parts of your bodies that you may be feeling tension or stress or just pain. Anywhere that you feel anything of discomfort, I want you to breathe into those areas. Okay? Take a deep breath in and imagine that oxygen flowing directly to those pinpoints. We're going to do that for 5 deep breaths. So next, inhale in. Exhale out and drop those shoulders. Practicing breathing techniques and especially counting your breaths in the moment is the easiest way to put you in the here and now. The reason why so many of us struggle with depression and anxiety is because we're either harping on the past or we are stressed out and worried about the future. Staying too much in the future brings you anxiety, and staying too much in the past brings you depression. And so we want to find equilibrium, balance between that, which is the present moment. That is the here and now. The present, if you can align yourself in a way to be fully present in the here and now and feel what it feels like to be on that vibration, you literally can channel divine messages. and downloads that are going to help to steer you in the path of what it is that you want to manifest. So there is no need to worry at all. You do not have to worry about anything that it is that you want. You just simply need to dive into the here and now, in the present moment. So if you've been on that journey with me, we've done that for about 10 minutes. And just keep that in mind, minus my talking. If you were to sit here and practice these breathing techniques and observing your breaths for a good 10 minutes per day, and especially if you can do that morning, noon, and night, it will set you up for unbreakable days. I promise you. Take my word for it, okay? And it also helps you to manifest. I just said that. I know I just said that, but helps you to manifest things at warp speed, okay? A part of also being mindful and being in the moment is recognizing when what you ask for is manifesting, because it doesn't always look the same as what you thought it would have been. So if you've ever envisioned something, you go on your visualization journeys and you may just look up in the sky and scribe, or you may, however it is that you visualize your future, just keep in mind that when the divine gives you something, it's usually grander than what you first asked for. So it's important that you know to look out for exactly what you asked for and some. It's important that you keep in mind everything that you asked for, in a sense. Be on the lookout for those things, because they will arrive in sometimes the form of other people, sometimes opportunities. They just manifest themselves in different ways. But those of us who are in true alignment will not miss the opportunity. Those of us who are in true alignment will notice when that opportunity presents itself, because we'll be prepared. Preparation and opportunity gives you what? Gives you a gift, right? It's a blessing. And I say, when you're not prepared for that, what you ask for, it becomes a burden. I truly believe that. And so, before I leave you guys and I get off into my yoga and my stretching, I'm going to use my my handy dandy foam roller to help roll out those muscles that I've overworked. How about I give you guys a page from the book of Mindfulness, the little book of Mindfulness. I'm just going to go grab that and I'll be right back. I usually like to save these until I can read with you. And so that's what I'm going to do. We are once again reading from this book called The Little Book of Mindfulness. All right. Anytime I pick this book up, it tells me something about breathing. Okay? It tells me something that I need to do that pertains to breathing and being in the moment, honestly. Because the only way to really be in the moment is, the only way to really be mindful is to be in the moment. If you even take, for example, being in conversation. If you're passively listening, you don't hear most of what a person says, or even their body language, which suggests something different. So it's important that we stay in the moment, okay? Page 22. Mindfulness, okay? It says, mindfulness cannot happen in the future, but only in the here and now. I just said that. It is found in the ordinary, the obvious, and the mundane, and the exotic. All it means is bringing your attention and awareness to everything and everyone around you. Reading this book now. Even as your mind starts wandering off to its next command, you can bring it back to the now by taking a breath and paying attention to it, unhurriedly, just as it is. And take another breath, just for good measure. So let's do that right now. That felt great. All right, so as you're doing that, your mind does not ruminate, but allows you to concentrate on the task at hand. As you increase your practice of mindfulness, you will find that you gradually stop labeling events and thoughts under emotional headings such as negative, irritating, and boring. You will develop a new way of observing them and moving on. You know, I actually like this passage because I literally said something about how mindfulness works. Um, it's being in the current moment. You have to be present in order to be mindful. You can't be thinking about the next thing or jump into the next thought or thinking you're going to know what someone is going to say next in conversation. You have to listen intently. And even when it comes to yourself, think about the conversations you have in your head with yourself. If you can just slow down those thoughts for a moment, you'll arrive at some really great gems. But we have to slow down. All right, so remember to take your breaths. And then this is the last part because this ends that little chapter there. So mindfulness has to be experienced rather than described. The best way in, like any endeavor, is just to start. Simply start by being aware of your next 3 breaths. So it says mindfulness has to be experienced rather than described. So if you've sat here this long and you've watched me talk about mindfulness and you've sat here and you've watched me just breathe and you did not experience it for yourself, I would suggest you give it a try because it doesn't hurt you. It will not hurt you. And I believe that mindfulness has to be experienced. You can watch a million videos on mindfulness, but until you actually just take the first step and jump into it, you'll never know what it really means. It starts now. Okay, so I'm going to end this with just our 3 last breaths because for anybody who didn't take advantage, I'm giving you 3 last breaths to take advantage with your girl, okay? And as you can see, the shirt suggests I am heavy on the self-care. I do not care what time of day it is. If I need to slow down the tempo, I am getting right down to breathing, okay? I am slowing down the tempo because I am in control of myself. No one else is in control of me. I am in control of myself and my emotions. As you increase your practice of mindfulness, you will find that you gradually stop labeling events and thoughts under emotional headings such as negative, irritating, and boring. Baby, because there's a lesson in everything, and there's a blessing in everything. So the sooner that you learn the lesson, the quicker you can reap the reward, which is the blessing. And I kid you not, mindfulness and breathing is the quickest way to get there. Like, you don't have to learn every lesson in life the hard way. I can tell you that you don't have to learn every lesson in life the hard way. So, lo and behold, our last 3 breaths before I go off into stretching. Take 3 last cleansing breaths. Inhale deeply, and on your exhale, drop your shoulders. And I want you to relax your gaze behind your eyes, okay? All right, so deep inhale. For tuning on into this moment with me, having a moment with your girl Jane, according to Jane. You can practice this peaceful mindfulness meditation anywhere at all, and especially if you can get out there in nature to connect with the vibrations of this earth. It is 100% recommended. Is it necessary? Not necessarily if you can't get outdoors or if the weather has not permitted. But definitely do not find or make an excuse. If you can go and ground yourself in nature, this mindfulness meditation takes you further than you know. Alrighty, so until next time, please continue to be good to yourselves. I'm being good to myself, and be good to one another. Alright, I love you guys, and I will see you in another.